I'll call the meeting to order. Holiday Island Planning Commission, Holiday Island City Planning Commission meeting for 9/21/21. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
We have to do this twice.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lynn, you want to do the roll call?
Dumas, here. Elwood,
Here.
Graves,
Here.
Mills,
Here.
Pittman,
Here.
and Keys,
Here.
all present.
All right, I'll declare a quorum. Any comments on the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Ken made a motion to approve the agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Jerry seconded it. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda's approved. We have minutes from September 14th meeting to approve. Any questions or comments on the minutes as distributed?
We all reviewed them. So
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Kat made a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
Come on. Second.
Jerry seconded it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. No reports at this time, no old business, so we can go on to new business, considering resolution R21-009, establishing the Holiday Island Planning Area map.
I move that we put resolution R21-009 on the floor for discussion.
I'll second.
Okay, Lynn made the motion to consider the resolution, and Linda seconded it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Lynn, you want to handle reading it?
Resolution HICPC R21-9, resolution establishing the Holiday Island Planning Area map. Whereas the Holiday Island City Planning Commission, HICPC, has investigated the proximity of the town of Beaver and the city of Eureka Springs and determined that a line equidistant between their municipal boundaries and Holiday Island municipal boundaries must be established for territorial jurisdiction. And whereas pursuant to ACA 1456-413, the HICPC has determined that it shall define its territorial jurisdiction within the maximum 1 mile limit. And whereas said area is visually depicted on the attached map entitled City of Holiday Island Planning Area Map 2021-10, which is adopted herewith and made a part hereof. And whereas HICPC recommends the adoption of the attached ordinance by the City Council of Holiday Island. And whereas pursuant to the requirement of ACA 1456-412, the HICPC designates the following described area as its planning area. Located all in Carroll County, Arkansas, with territory situated in sections 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 34, and 35, Township 21 North, Range 26 West, and more particularly described as follows. Commonly described as beginning at the most westerly corner of Holiday Island city limits adjoining the White River Table Rock Lake, thence southeast to a point located on East Section 20 line at approximately 2,531 feet south of the northeast corner of Section 20, thence south along the section line to a point located on West Section 28 line at approximately 1,664 feet south of northwest corner Section 28, thence southeasterly to the northwest-southwest corner of Section 35, thence east to the northeast-southeast corner of Section 35, thence north along the east section line of Sections 35 and 26 to a point where Highway 23 east side right-of-way intersects the east Section 26 line. thence along Highway 23 North, along the east side right-of-way of Highway 23 North to the Missouri state line, thence west on the Missouri state line to a point on the northwest city limits of Holiday Island, thence continuing along the city limits of Holiday Island to the point of the beginning. Passed and approved on this date. Second page is a suggested ordinance. It's not numbered because it's a suggestion from the Planning Commission. It says an ordinance established in the city of Holiday Island planning area. Whereas Arkansas's municipal planning statutes, ACA 1456-401 and following, require that planning commissions prepare a planning area map and description designating the area within the city's territorial jurisdiction for which they will make studies and prepare plans and recommended ordinances and regulations. And whereas after due consideration, the Holiday Island City Planning Commission, HICPC, has approved by resolution HICPC 21-9 a planning area map and description, and whereas it is the desire of the City Council that said planning area be formally approved by ordinance, thus established in the City of Holiday Island planning area map. Now therefore be ordained by the City Council of the City of Holiday Island, Arkansas, Section 1, that the map entitled City of Holiday Island Planning Area Map -2021-10, which is attached hereto and made part hereof, in the description thereof, which follows, both of which have been approved by the HICPC, be and are hereby approved and adopted. Then the same location I read earlier and the same common description are listed. Section 2, that a duly certified copy of this ordinance shall be forwarded to the mayor of the town of Beaver and the mayor of the city of Eureka Springs and should be filed of record in the Carroll County Recorder's Office. Passed and approved by the City Council of Holiday Island, Arkansas on this blank day of blank 2021. And then the third page is the attachment of an image of the planning area map.
Okay. I guess I can make just one brief comment, and that's that this was worked out between Lynn and the GIS office. There was a considerable amount of work put into this, and it's obviously within the legal boundaries of what we're entitled to claim as our planning area. So, is there any discussion on the resolution?
I assume that when the GIS put together those number of feet from the section corners and stuff like that.
Sure. I can talk about that briefly.
I'm guessing you didn't go out there and measure it yourself.
No, I didn't. What I did do though is I took an enlarged copy of the map and did my own measurements from the map directly. And there's a certain amount of printer error built in, and there's a certain amount of judgment you make on where you place your calipers. I measured it with a micrometer to measure the distance between. And the numbers I came up were with, one of them was off about 20 feet from the number that she had from her mapping system, the other was off 1 foot. So I did this just to validate that she was in the right spot when she did the measurements, and we agreed. I used her numbers in the ordinance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And for the record, she was really impressed with Lynn's
I bet.
technical ability. All right, any other questions on the resolution?
Make a motion to approve resolution HICPC R21-009.
Ken made a motion to approve the resolution. Do I have a second?
Second.
Jerry seconded the motion. Any further discussion? This will take a roll call vote.
It takes a roll call, yes, sir.
Okay.
Dumas, aye. Elwood,
Aye.
Graves,
Aye.
Mills,
Aye.
Pittman,
Aye.
and Keys.
Yes. I had to be different. All right. The resolution passes, and I will consider the ordinance in the upcoming city council meeting.
That's why why we were talking about the ordinance in this meeting.
It's just a matter of record. We'll consider the ordinance in the next meeting tonight. Okay. Can't thank Lynn enough for all the work that he put into this. It was more than just a couple hours. It was many, many, many hours of work, and by having this document, we might be the only city in Carroll County that actually has a planning area map.
Well, Beaver thinks they do, and the planner at Eureka says, I'm not aware of one.
Yeah.
I asked.
I would bet that Berryville has one.
I have a question then.
Sure.
What's the next step now then, before we can actually get the planning commission or the building permits and all of that?
We need to do a street map, a facilities plan,
And the zoning map.
and the zoning map.
The zoning map is probably the most important one, because without that, we have nothing to refer to when considering a building permit. If somebody wants to build, a hog farm in, unit 4, and we have no zoning ordinances, we would have no basis for approving or rejecting the request, so.
I've done a study of the available covenants, and I've documented how things are zoned and the exceptions in each covenant for what lots were changed.
What is a facility map?
It shows what properties the city owns. So we won't have any, but the ones we know will probably be the ones that belong to HICID.
But will they be, they aren't real city property?
No, they aren't, but our key will have to say they're HICID properties.
Yeah. It's a planning map. It doesn't have to reflect only stuff that the city owns.
Right, you would have parks and
Schools that
More
we
or
have.
less public.
As far as zoning, they wouldn't be exempt from zoning.
No, it's just that they want, the state wants us to have a facilities plan, a facilities map.
It's intended for long-range planning. I think we've talked about this before. Most cities have, lots of flat acreage available to them that they can set aside for industrial parks and regular parks and all kinds of things. We're very limited on what we can do, at least at this time, but we still want to have the map.
I can add to the conversation about map creation. I started off with the DOT, and the map that they sent me in 2 different forms, I couldn't open with any free drafting software that's available. It's probably because the version is newer and has features in it that lock out the old stuff. So I resorted to calling the GIS. Today, when I went down to the printer, because I got copies of the maps that we have to use for filing with the county recorder, just spoke with her briefly about what software she would have available, and their rate is $60 an hour to work on anything that we might take to them. So it'll be part of our expense if we have to hire someone to do mapping of our master street plan, for instance, to change highlights and what have you. So far, I have not been successful with the software I have on my 12-year-old laptop to mark up PDF drawings. So it's just something in the future we may have to have.
Yeah.
We could probably do it with crayons and chalk and take photographs of it. That'd probably be enough, but we probably want an electronic document.
I mean, shouldn't the planning commission have its own computer?
I think so, but it's something for us to decide. I've done my investigation. I'm about ready to pull the trigger on updating this one to something more modern, something quicker. This Word document that I have, that I gave you folks when we started, it's now 50 pages. It's set to auto-save every 5 minutes, so I have to wait 40 seconds for it to save that document every time it does it on this laptop. I'm tired of waiting.
The answer to your question is yes. Eventually, the planning commission, or at least the building inspector, is going to have a computer. The building inspector, hopefully, / code enforcement officer, because they have to keep records of all the permits issued, citations issued, all that kind of stuff. So, if we thought that we were going to be doing mapping on a frequent and regular basis. It would probably behoove us to buy the software to do that, but I believe that once these maps are complete and on file, there won't be that much need to update them on a regular basis. So,
And moving forward, we're gonna have a lot of ordinances that are gonna come from the planning commission, so my concern is to get them safely from my machine onto the backup device that we have so that they're in the right place. Right now, we're using a cloud-based solution to hold them in. So,
Yeah, I mean, I know money is tight at this point, but, I mean, to have a 12-year-old computer, his personal computer, I think that would be.
I think you ought to buy a new one.
Well, the problem is, you still can't ensure that he's not got a virus on his computer.
right.
We probably, I don't know, maybe we need to, when we get a computer for the building inspector, etc., we may want to look at putting that software on there for maps.
Well, what I heard, that his 12-year-old computer, that may be one of the issues of opening some of it.
Also, bear in mind, just speaking to this point about getting a computer, and I don't mean this offensively at all, but I mean, by chance, Lynn might not be on the planning commission forever. And the planning commission, as it goes into the future, probably should have its own computer for any documents or anything that they happen to generate.
Well, I didn't mean that we're gonna award it to him in appreciation for his hard work.
is that what you're holding out for?
No, sir.
I don't know.
Yeah, something to consider.
All right, well,
And it doesn't have to be decided today.
No.
we're
No,
moving
I
ahead.
wasn't saying that, but-
Okay, anything else for planning commission for today?
We have public comments
Public comments? Public comments?
from Zoom participants.
Oh, anybody on Zoom want to make a public comment? Don't see anybody.
Okay, then I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
What about the next meeting?
We got a
Set the next meeting.
regular meeting.
It's a regular meeting, it's gonna be, I don't have my calendar, so somebody will have to tell me what day it is.
We have to wait till 6, or?
No.
It's
But we're
the
going right
third
into the next
Tuesday, is that? Or second Tuesday? Second Tuesday, right? Hold on, let me pull up October. Second Tuesday would be the 12th. October 12th. 3 p.m.
All right. If we need another special meeting before that, we'll call it. No workshops coming up. All right. Now I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we adjourn as the Holiday Island Planning Commission and reconvene as the Holiday Island City Council.
I don't think you can put that in one motion, but.
You can.
What time is it?
Well, if we were just to adjourn, then we would just pause the Zoom and open it up again when we
Whatever's easy.
start the next one.
Yeah, you got wait, okay.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, no, it's not,
Yeah,
but that's okay.
We're not gonna restart anything,
We're not gonna,
but
we're not.
I need to stop
we're
and
not-
start my recording is all.
Yeah, we're not restarting Zoom though.
let's officially end this one, take a 5-minute break, and then come back and start the city council meeting. I wouldn't wanna start it early, because people might not log in for on time.
I'll second the motion to adjourn.
All right, Jerry made a motion to adjourn, Lynn seconded it. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.